Welcome to Open Mind Industries Podcast, The Mind Unleashed. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind. Alright. Hey guys, welcome to episode 65 of The Mind Unleashed. As we always do, let's give a few shout-outs to our supporters. The first one's Lyft, the ride-sharing app. Use our code DMUP for, I believe, $20 off your first 4 rides with Lyft. If you're not in the Orlando area, just type that code in, or anywhere in the Florida area. Type that code in. It does help a little bit. I'm not sure if they're kicking me back anything. I haven't checked in a bit, but I enjoy taking Lyft. Drivers are happy. I'm happy. They get you to point A to point B, and so far I've had awesome conversations with almost every driver I've had. I only had one bad driver, but other than that, everybody has been amazing, super cool, super chill. Highly recommend them. So definitely use the code DMVP for $5 off your first 4 rides with Lyft. If you're looking to become a driver, type that code in. You're kicking you guys back. I believe it's like $800 once you do a couple. I forget how many rides with them, but definitely use the Lyft code. It's amazing, and it helps me, maybe. I don't know. I'll look into that more, but definitely I wouldn't recommend them if I didn't like them. So they're amazing. I use them a lot. Also, if you're looking to get some drone photography done for weddings, special occasions, homes, check out CAS. CAS stands for Cinematic Aerial Services. Daniel is offering you guys $179 per property. So if you're trying to get your house in the market, or just trying to show your new home to your friends, or your venue, or your business, use him. Definitely drone certified. He's actually getting scuba certified now, so now he's going underwater. Amazing. Definitely use the code. It's going to be OMI. Links will be down below in the podcast description, on the Facebook description, on the Facebook offers, all that good stuff. Also, if you're looking to get married and need a photographer for any kind of corporate event, something like that, to get your portfolios looking good, headshots, by the way, check out Weiss Productions. Weiss Productions is offering you guys 20% off when you book your next package with him. Code links will be down below in the description. Check it out. Also, if you're looking to get trademarked, your branding done, your business started properly, check out Strawman Law. Strawman Law goes up with our trademark and stuff like that. When I was looking to get our trademark taken care of, done legally, positively, where did I go? I went to Thumbtack, typed it in. I was looking for trademark attorneys and found one. So I brightly wrote out my synopsis. Said, hey, here's what we can do. Here's what we can afford. How do we take a step forward? Walked me through every step of the way. Really worked with us really well, and just amazing, man. Pricing was good. Everything was good. Really took care of us, and really walked me through the whole step of the way of the USPTO, the trademarking process, how trademarks work, what trademarks do. So if you're trying to get your business, DJ business, anything you're trying to do trademark-wise to get yourself legally done, so no one can steal your brand, so you can stand out, check out strawmanlaw.com. Links will be down below. Also, lastly but not leastly, Angie Connors. Angie Connors is a good friend of ours and helped us out with any our home, getting us finding a property. We're Open Mind. 123 Open Mind Street is located. Angie Connors, amazing real estate agent. If you're looking to get some real estate done, and definitely in the Mount Dora area, Florida, or anywhere, Angie will walk you through the staying, buying process of everything. Amazing real estate agent, will walk you through every single process of that. Angie Connors, links will be down below in the description. Anyway, guys, welcome to episode 65. I believe I'm on episode 65. Let me just double check to make sure, because it's been a long week. We're going to go into that in just a bit. It's going to be a little personal storytelling time. Let's see. Episode 65. I'm correct. I did episode 64 a while back. About a week ago. Hope you guys are doing well. My week, last week, was a little intense with my actual work day job and Open Mind and stuff like that. I've been helping out a person, Joe, getting his robo together. He hit me up through the squarespace.com, or openmindindustries.com. I didn't know I'd be helping out with some 3D printing. I didn't know I'd be assisting, but it's good to be helpful. I know what it's like to find stuff to get things done, and you just hey man, I can't find this topic or this article. Sorry, my bladder's kind of water. Been drinking the coffee this morning, and it is only 11:34 on the East Coast. And I said, you know what? Let's get this podcast out of the way and let's do it. Let's talk. It's been a while since you've been on the mic and you want to talk. But yeah, it's good to actually sit down and help a person get the robo together. So, when I first got the robo, I think I spent way too much for it. Like I said, it was like almost $800 from Robo directly, Robo.com directly. Not knocking it. Not if I would highly recommend. Now I would recommend the Robo R1 or whatever. Not the R2s or anything. I like how they're built with the new Wi-Fi and stuff like that. However, if you're looking just to get your shop together, make a shop, stuff like that, go for it. But I would recommend getting the Robo R1, Robo R1 Plus, just because they're easily modifiable. They're easily to understand the printer. You can do a lot of work with them. Sorry, my nose is a little bit weird. Been flicking. For those not watching, I keep flicking my damn nose. Works really, really well. I mean, first thing I did was I modified the the extruder to a V6 hot end, which everybody's like, oh, you gotta mod it. It's just something you have to do. The one it comes with is garbage. Spent like $20-$30 doing that, and I don't regret it. It runs great. It runs Ninja Flex and everything like that. Put a Bowden inside, which the Bowden is highly needed if you're doing Ninja Flex, flexibles, PLA, PTG, carbon fiber, stuff like that. So the Robo has become my go-to prototype tester. Like, let's see where the printer can go. Let's see what our bases are going to be. Let's see how she development prints, stuff like that. Because I'm still working on like some 3D stuff for the crutches and stuff like that. But it's cool to sit down with somebody and he's trying to get his LCD working, which that got recommended to me by Alan Lincoln over at Evil Monkey Studios, who was like, hey man, you really need to get a LCD for it, because printing from the computer is cool, but you got to keep the computer on. It's wasting a lot of power, time, consumption, your CPU power, and you really can't use your computer for what it's meant to use. So you can do your research, or you can do some modding, or your modeling and stuff like that. So I said, alright man, so finally I went out and I bought a cheap ass LCD controller, and I learned my lesson the hard way. Don't go cheap. Don't go through fucking UAGlib and all. UAGlib's a program that runs the LCD controller. For the price of when I spent on the Robo, it should have came with a goddamn LCD controller, but it is what it is. I went from having an XYZ DaVinci 1.0 to getting a hardcore machine that is multi-purpose, not DRM, not anything with DRM. It's open source. It's meant for you to build as a maker. Again, did I spend too much? Fuck yeah, I did. And $500 now on Amazon or any kind of eBay, go for it. They're worth the money for the $500. I'm not knocking it. I'm not crying with it. I just think it was a little bit overpriced in my budget, but I needed a printer. I needed to do some Ninja Flex. This is what I was going to do, some Flexies and then some TPs. But yeah, just finally getting an LCD controller for it. Went out and bought one from Amazon that wasn't really that great. It was like $12-13. So you get what you pay for. Ended up going to Printing Solid and ended up getting the XXL Smart Controller, which was just a plug and play. You go into the control, you go into the Arduino software, which DaVinci or XYZ has. Why am I saying it? Robo has. Sorry. Then you just find the printer that works for you. You open up the Arduino and then you just activate and deactivate what you need for the SD card to work, for the thing to work. The gentleman that I'm taking care of is trying to help him understand how to do that. Apparently, he went out and bought it, but unfortunately the controller, the XL, has been discontinued from Printed Solid, so I had to go down a rabbit hole and help him out, kind of find it. Found him one, so now we're just trying to get the program to recognize what the hell's going on. Apparently the board is firing up, but it's he's having some issues, so it's just a coding issue. I'm still playing around with that today, just help him kind of walk him through that. I gave him our number and said, hey man, use our number, call me directly instead of emailing me. It's much faster, so I can help you out. So it's pretty cool to actually help somebody out and try to get into the thing. I never thought I'd be doing that, but I think that's where I'm going. It's cool to be asked a couple questions, especially hey man, what do you know about this? Because going to the Robo site, the forums there, it's cool. However, it's just a lot of waiting communication, and nobody's really doing YouTube videos on how to do this. Barnacles, aka Jerry Nerdgasm, has made one, and then Tom's Guides has made one, but there's a lot of homebrew stuff, so it walks you through on how to do most of it. But I think he's just having a little thing, and he's just kind of new to the Arduino and stuff like that, because that's a whole other ballgame when the printer works and stuff like that. It took me a few weeks to literally learn it all myself, and then going down guides, and then going down Threads and going to Reddit and going to this, and I was just like, I can't go through all this shit. It's too much. So once I figured it all, I said, you know what? Let me fuck around and get the XXL controller. Let me pause real quick. I really gotta use the potty. All right. I'll make sure to edit some more, but yeah. Sorry about that. I had to go pee pee. I really had to go pee pee. I've been drinking coffee this morning and just trying to wake myself up. So anyway, I'm back. We are back. Moved it. Microphone. So yeah, it was really cool to like learn how all that was going to be done, and then learning all that stuff. And the problem I think is for most people, we're getting into 3D printing, and I'm surprised. Don't know how Joe found me. I guess he must have found me from a YouTube video and stuff like that. I'm very blessed and honored to help someone. That's pretty cool. It's something I never thought I'd be doing, but yeah. Apparently he went down my rabbit hole, and he goes, "Hey, like you said that the LCD was better. This is what you would recommend." Absolutely, it was taught to me by this person, because we all gather information from other places. I think with open mind, I'm going to start gathering a lot and then putting a lot of it on the site. Maybe put it on Patreon. If then again, I would like to make a little few bucks from my research and my development. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm doing a lot of hard legwork and sitting on my ass and finding the stuff, making sure it's correct for you guys, and you guys have a major outlet or stuff like that. But yeah, it's really cool that he contacted me, and I'm still helping him out. We're still not almost there. I sent him a few photos last night, and then sent him hopefully the correct firmware, and told him what he needs to do to upload and re-upload. Keep the printer connected to the Arduino Mega board, which the robo uses, and hopefully we can get it running, and it runs well, and you can run the SD card. I offered to remote access his computer to kind of get a better understanding to the firmware, what he's using, and then hopefully we can get it running. Again, still blessed, still honored to help somebody out, and I believe that's the way life should be, especially in the 3D printing community. 3D printing community. Speaking so fucking quickly, 3D printing community. You know, that's the way the thing is and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a long week. I just haven't had time to podcast, and I will go into some not overly personal, but I'm going to tell you what's going on with my life for the past week. I don't know why I love Lyft, why I support Lyft, and why Lyft supports me. It's been a while the week. I literally wanted to record this week, and I had a few things to talk about, but you know, the 3D printing stuff, and starting about 2 weeks ago, my lady, my girl, wasn't really feeling too well. Didn't really know what the hell was going on. They were into 3D printing and tech talk just for a little bit. Wasn't really feeling too well. Couldn't really figure out what it was. She was kind of crapping a lot, pooping a lot, stuff like that. And she's like, don't talk about it. But for those, this is kind of a PSA, please check yourself out, because, yeah, man, she wasn't really feeling so well, and most of the doctors, they really couldn't figure out what it was. They thought, well, it's only been a couple of days since you've been having movements, stuff like that, so you've been doing your thing. We can only do this and give you Imodium, stuff like that. So when you're having a tummy ache, man, Imodium's good, like Pepto-Bismol, stuff like that, but man, be careful, go see your doctor, because this turned into a way bigger thing than I ever could imagine. So I ended up going to work, my day job, which most people know where that is. I don't really care. It is what it is. You gotta work to make money to support your business and support yourself and stuff like that. And I'm broke as fuck right now, so still gotta pay those bills. And yeah, that's gonna be a whole other long story. That's why I'm gonna be doing donations and shit like that. It is what it is. So a week, goes by, and she's like, "Hey, I gotta start taking samples of my stuff," and like, we'll do it. I woke up not really feeling too well. This was, I think, was it on Tuesday? Yeah, like last Tuesday. Still crapping amazingly a lot. Just hourly. It was nuts. Come to find out, I'm at work. I'm like, hey, if you're not feeling well, let me know. I'll stand by for another day. Your place. Make sure you're alright. Be a boyfriend. Apparently a guy. Apparently a dude that girls can't find. Guys can't find, apparently. I don't know. Fucking, I have too many friends to this Facebook genre of, no men can offer me anything and be this person. It's like, real guys do exist. I'm sorry, ladies. We do fucking exist. Sadly, a lot of you who have been in relationships, you're not willing to fucking crash. You're not willing to fall. You're not willing to, you're not, I don't know what you want, but I kind of know what you want. You know, you're too scared to get your heart broken. Sadly, it's gonna fucking happen. This is relationship number, I don't know, five for me. So yeah, I've had my heart broken fucking twice. Actually, twice. Yeah, pretty bad, pretty fucking bad. So we'll go into that later in detail for triple people who try to fall in love. Anyway, so I said, hey man, if you're not feeling well, and I get out of the security gate, let me know what's going on. I sit down to wait for a ride home here to 120 Open Mine Street, and she texts me, emergency text, hey, I'm not feeling well, blah blah blah. Call her back immediately, and find out, I said I can be there in 5 minutes. Her place is not that far from property where we work, and I jogged over and ran to the gate. Somebody was pushing somebody in a wheelchair, and apparently this lady lost her key, so I said, fuck it, let me squeeze over and unlock the gate for them so they can get in. They said, thanks, man, like, she lost her key, I'm helping her find her key. Cool, whatever, do your thing. I had to rush in. My girl listed 2 roommates. Dudes, one's going to day school. For those who know what that is a VFX school on Universal property. Pretty cool school. I've been talking to a lot of roommates about. He's a gamer, stuff like that. So she was calling for them, and her roommate's got a dog. The other roommate's got a dog. The dog was the only thing that responded, at the door. So one roommate was in the shower. The other roommate was, had his headphones on, so he was gaming and doing his thing or editing or whatever the hell he was doing. Ran in. She's, rocking back and forth, sobbing. She's in massive pain. I'm just like, okay. Yeah, so freaking, I run in and, okay, what do you want to do? Drop my bag, and I'm like, what do you reckon we do? What do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want to, call for an ambulance? Yeah, she's like, I don't know yet, let's pack a bag, but she's like, we gotta go to the fucking hospital, we gotta find out what the hell's going on, we gotta go to the ER. So, it got wild, because I didn't know, because she wasn't able to, she had been shitting consistently, I was like, man, if we call for a car, it's gonna fucking go nuts. Again, guys, check your fucking... If it's going like that, guys, go to the fucking hospital. Something internally is going on. If it's consistent, please. So what we found out from this, so a friend of ours, everybody kind of contacted me after I was kind of filling them in through my media forum. Everybody was like, oh my god, I've had the same thing. Like, holy, what did they find out? And everybody was calling me that night. I was like, kind of explaining our story. Especially the guy I've been talking with through Joe. He actually logged into my actual profile and said, oh my god, I hope your family's, your personal matter's going okay. I know you're both busy with that. Hope everything's going well with her. Hope she's recovering. I said, cool, thank you, appreciate it. And somebody else did the same thing to me today too, so hopefully she's recovering well. She is, but we're gonna go through the whole fucking gist of, oh my god. So, finally, I'm just like, alright, so we'll do this, we'll get a car, get a lift. Because I technically don't drive, so, I'm like, let's just keep the fucking car here, call for a car. Her mom was like, hey man, call for an ambulance. I'm like, oh no, that's $1,500 to $1,700 on your insurance, just to fucking pick you up and IV you and hey, how you doing? We'll get you on a damn gurney and get you get you an ambulance, get you over there. And I'm like, let's just fucking, I'm like, can you hold your butt? Can you bring a bar bag, so you don't puke in a person's car? So I ended up calling for a car. Lyft, surprisingly, has been giving me percentages off during the holidays. I guess 25% off. So luckily, thank God for Lyft, I got I think it was 10% off per ride or 25% off rides for the week. So it was kind of cool. I was like, all right, cool. That cuts down some money. Lyft rides do fucking add up. Uber and Lyft add up. Oh my god, I didn't think I'd be traveling back and forth as much as I did, but every Lyft driver was great, picking me up and getting me where I needed to go. So, shout out to Lyft, because when you can't get the car to you, it's good to have. Me and the drivers had a couple chats about the GPS, and I'll go into a little bit of that. So Lyft, please upgrade your fucking GPS or your algorithm, because it's fucking these drivers up. But all the drivers I had were amazing. They were sweethearts. They got us where we needed to go safely, and we're cool. And I tip all my drivers, no matter. I tip all my drivers. I just do. It's something you should fucking do. Tip your barber, they gon' fuck up you. Tip your driver if they take care of you. If they get you there safely, tip them, man. Because dude, they're there to make some money. They gotta make some bread. They got some bills to pay. They do. They don't get a lot from the companies, unfortunately. I do know the ins and outs of Lyft, but my friends still drive for them, so I'm just like, okay, well, you know what it is. It's easy money, especially when you're, not working that much. Anyway, so we get a backpack. Her mom's like, call for an ambulance. I'm like, that's $1,700. Let's not even fucking bother. Let's just call for a car. I marked where we needed to be on the app and all that shit like that. I was like, boom, hit the fucking button. Driver's on the way within like 5 minutes. So I said, you good? You got everything? And she's just trying to catch her balance. Her body is just fucking dehydrated from just shitting and shitting and shitting. And I'm just like, oh god. Alright. So I'm hoping to God she doesn't crap in the car or puke in the car because that's like money on me. And I'm just like, ooh. Probably get to the car. We get in. We had the doctor, the hospital, Dr. Phillips Hospital here in Florida. We get there. And the funny part is the girl was chill. Like, got us where we need to go. Got us to the ER. Said, you guys gonna be okay? I said, yeah, we'll be good. As we get her out. So the minute I get out, because I'm on the passenger side of the car, and she's on the driver's side of the back seat. She hops out, I grab the bag, we packed her back night bag, just in case. We didn't know what the fuck it was. We didn't, not really sure. Again, check yourselves out, guys. This shit, PSA, check your fucking, if you're this bad, check yourselves out, because she was supposed to send samples to her doctor, but her fucking doctor's office closed down. My friends were like, who spoke to me about this were like, dude, same shit happened with me. Like, they sent me the results, but the doctor's office closes like in an hour, and we couldn't get results. And I'm like, fucked up, right? Yeah. Third world problems. First world problems, sorry. Anyway, so I hop out, I grab my crutches, and I grab put it on my her bag over my thing. The dude walks up and he goes, he spoke heavy Spanish. He goes, do you need a wheelchair? And I'm like, oh, no, it's not for me, it's for her. Does she need a chair? I'm like, do you want a chair? No, I don't, I think I can make it. Now, with the hospital being the way it is, you freaking have to go to the ER door, and there's a fucking metal detector system right there with a security guard with a Glock, and you're just like, oh, jeez. Take everything off, put everything on the fucking thing, and I'm carrying my conceal blade, which I always carry for my crutches, because my crutch tips like to thing, and I got a note from my job to actually bring the property. Long story short, I'm like, oh fuck, if this guy tells me, I can't bring this in, but he didn't even care. So then we get her checked in, we go to the door, and we check in, and the next nurse asks, would you like a wheelchair? And I'm like, no, it's not for me, it's for her. But if you're willing to carry me, I'm down. I'm down to be carried. I've been working all day since, 10 o'clock this morning. I was expecting to go home, kind of relax, do my thing, maybe record a podcast. No, it didn't happen. So I ended up, spending hours in the hospital. She comes back out after being, admitted, talked to, what's going on. Thank God her body was just calmed down, so there was no pooping. I'm just like, oh, thank God. She's like, still feel kind of agitated, and I'm like, because my thought was, like, okay, I went a week without really eating. I had to fire down some protein shakes, so my weight gainer, which I blended, like, I think 6,000 calories together with, like, oatmeal and peanut butter and just something to keep in my stomach. Mine was just due to headaches and migraines. I don't know what the hell was going on. It was a climate change. I don't really have allergies, but my thought were this. So I kind of go down the rabbit hole of, like, holy shit. So they're like, hey, your fiance, I'm like, well, we're like not married, we're not engaged, we're just boyfriend and girlfriend. Been now, 3 years together? 3 years? Yeah, 3 years together, something like that. I lose count. So we go in, and first room we go into, it smells like ammonia, like the chemical. I keep saying ammonia. It smells like ammonia because they just cleaned it. Apparently somebody was in there, and the guy went in and wiped everything down, cleaned it up, get it going good. So we walked into that, and she goes, do you guys smell that? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's kind of strong. It might make me throw up. So she goes, yeah, I don't want you guys tossing in there. So let's go to the next one. We went to the next one, cardiac room. So when they put us in, got her on the gurney, and she's laying there, and she's just not feeling it. So finally they get her in, and we finally get, talk to a doctor. What the hell's going on? Granted, I mean, they are talking. People are talking to her, so it's kind of cool. Like, that was quick. Usually ERs take fucking... Depends on how vital it is. Like, my cousin works triage. My mom's worked at ER, stuff like that. So I text them. I'm like, hey, man, I'm at the ER. Blah, blah. I don't know what's going on with her. She's been crapping for the last week. I'm not sure if it's a stomach bug. Not sure if it's been going around. Not sure what she's caught. And everybody's like, man, I hope she feels better. I don't know what's going on. They bring the nurse in, who ended up running an IV, tried running IVs. Her arms are so sensitive from a childhood accident that she had when she was a kid. So she had her hand smashed through a window with, the metal inside of it, so the window doesn't, reinforce it, it doesn't break or shiver. Some kids were fucking around. I guess she was like, 5th grade or 6th grade or whatever it was. Smashed her, they were fucking, these kids were fucking around. They smashed her hands into the fucking thing, which caused nerve damage. A lot of fucking nerve damage, which her nerves are very, very sensitive to kind of poking and stuff like that. I'm trying to explain this to the nurse, man. I'm like, brother, good luck getting the IV in there. And she's like, finally, he had to go get a infant IV, like a really tiny IV, and he ended up, her veins were so shot from just not having hydration. So he's like, man, we gotta run some saline into her, man. We're gonna try to do what we can do. And he's getting a phone. They have these new freaking phones on their chest that they wear, these little freaking Motorola's, so they can, instead of pagers, they use that. Like it made, shit pops up. And that thing goes off, so it's like, hey, I need you, blah, blah, blah. So it's better just to, instead of paging, I guess now they use the new phone system, which is cool. Oh my god, so this is gonna get wild. So, finally, and the guy's like, oh, we need a stool sample. I'm like, dude, I got plenty underneath my chair, because remember, inside the car, it was all wrapped up in medical bags, so it was all sealed properly. But yeah, like underneath me and underneath my feet, because I told even the nurses, I'm like, you guys need these. These are like fresh samples from this morning. No, those aren't gonna work. Those aren't gonna work. We need fresh samples from her now to find out what the hell's going on. And they did a quick blood work. They did blood work real quick, and they found out around 9 o'clock, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, that she had C. diff, which is C. diff. They kept saying C. diff, so fast. My mind was like, what the hell are they talking about? We found out what you got. It's called C. diff, and that's what C. diff is, a bacteria that we all have in our stomach, which I found out the next day after being told, hey man, we're going to admit you tonight. Do you want to be admitted? Do you want to go home? She's like, I want to be admitted. So thank God she was admitted, because like the nurse she had was cool, but man, the guy was getting a little frustrated with us, because it was like, dude, I'm sorry, if you work in an ER, man, shit's going to go down. So like they found out what they needed to get her into vancomycin. It's called vancomycin. A lot of my friends who've had this gastro problem have asked me, like, what the hell is she on? Because I'm curious, because one of my friends texted me the next day, and I was like, hey man, like, here's what's been going on with me and her, and I usually keep some of our shit private, because that's what you should. But this is a PSA for you guys to make sure, keep yourself hands washed, hands clean, shit like that. It's that time of the year. And the dude looked at me and he was like, alright man, we need to get her on, the doctor wants me to start giving her this, and start giving her something for pain, and yada yada. And she's crabbing next to me, and this guy, it's like a little curtain, so there's one, and there's like your room and that room. The guy next to us, like, I couldn't help it when they finally got her on the IV and stuff, and I just chilled there listening, watching Netflix, because there's not much I can do. She's, has been sobbing in tears, because the IV hurt so fucking bad, because of her nerve damage. I had to rub her back, all that stuff like that. The guy next to us came in, he was about 45, maybe 46 years old, had his first Monster Energy drink. And I'm listening, they did do blood work, the guy was fucking snoring, he was out of it, he was just snoring. So I'm like, he's knocked the fuck out. They woke him up, they're like, hey, we need more blood work, we need more blood from you. But his blood work came back clean, nothing in the blood work came up, but apparently, it was his first Monster Energy drink, and they're like, hey man, do you work a lot? Do you take a lot of these? He was like, yeah, my first one, I work long hours, stuff like that. Poor dude. So he must have drank like a Monster one, because I drink Monster one. When I first had my Monsters, I downed 6 cans in one day. We'll never do that again. I was like, oh, it's not hitting. My first, second can, not hitting. Oh, it's not doing anything. Dude, my heart rate was so fucking fast. Everybody around me was moving so slow. And how I walk, everybody's like, oh, you move so slow. For real, everybody was like the fucking Matrix. Everything was moving so slow. My heart rate was like, my veins in my neck were popping out. It was fucking insane. I will never do that again. Do I still drink Monster? Not as much as I used to. I drink maybe the Java Monster, one of those, maybe twice a week, and that's pretty much it. I do drink coffee, but I drink Mountain Dew and stuff like that. So my body's very immune to like caffeine. And I drink a lot of water, so I got myself on the water diet. His bill ended up being like $3,000, and then he had a $300 copay. I'm like, holy fuck, for a Monster? Dude. Jesus. So that's his story. That's my girlfriend. I said, did you hear that? And she goes, heard most of it. What was the bill? I said, the bill was $3,000 for all the blood work and shit like that. And then a $300 copay, and they put him on payment plans. Like, do you need $300 right now? They're like, yeah, how do you pay the way? They're like, we can put you on payment plans or whatever. If you want, like, $50 now, $50 later. So I was like, Jesus Christ. Um, Anyway, so they finally figure out what they need. The nurse comes back in. I'm like, hey man, she needs another blanket. She has to use the toilet again. He's like, I already gave her two, so he had to give her more fucking blankets because they don't realize that the IV, the saline, is fucking cold. I've been through fucking like 8, 9 surgeries, so I know what saline feels like. It's just cold. It just gives you hydration. Um, it makes your body just fucking cold. And the rooms are super ice cold to keep bacteria down, stuff like that. He's like, all right, I'll get another blanket. Threw like 2 more blankets on her to keep her warm. She's like 5 blankets. Yeah, not 5. So they finally come in, they explain everything that she has, C. diff, what the hell's gonna go on, da da da. She's just taking an oral pill, and I'm like, she hasn't eaten anything all fucking day, all week. She hasn't put down any food or bagel she's been trying to eat, but everything just keeps coming up. When you're feeling that exhausted, especially when you get a migraine headache, your shit just wants to come right back up. Oops, sorry. People are just fucking weird. Anyway, so finally, like, the nurse comes in, he was like, oh, I got to inject this into your mouth. He starts injecting the shit. I'm like, dude, that shit's gonna taste like shit. She's gonna spit it right. She went, and spit it right fucking back up. Okay, we can do the pill. Fucking puke the pill right back. I'm like, dude, honestly, get her some fucking OJ, or it's like, would the apple juice sound better? Yeah, fucking of course it would. I looked at the guy, he's like, giving me a dirty look, and I'm like, brother, she hasn't eaten all day. Hasn't pretty much eaten all week. Nothing wants to go down your fucking stomach. It just, everything wants to come back up. You know, you're just feeling like shit. So finally he comes back in, she drinks the apple juice, and then they start giving it to her and putting it in her IV. And the guy's like, hey man, we're gonna check her in, and it was like almost fucking like 1 in the morning after finding out the diagnosis. Man, I'm just chilling there, I'm just like, Jesus fuck. So I follow her up to the room. I'm mapping out the hospital so I can kind of know where I'm going for the next day. Pretty easy hospital, remember. I kind of just watched where the guy was walking and stuff like that. And pretty easy. Anyway. So we finally get to the hospital, up to the room. It's about maybe 12, maybe 1 o'clock. Finally, the nurse, they check her in, they get all the stuff ready for her. Put her in, they already got an IV in her arm. And the guy's like, all right, man, so we're gonna probably do some blood work tonight. Just waking you up. She's, in a fetal position, just super tired and exhausted. So then the guy comes in, I talk with him. He's like robed up and shit. So I didn't know what C. diff was. Oh, it's a stomach bacteria, blah, blah, blah. Okay, why are you robed up? Why am I not robed up? I've been in the room for fucking hours with her. I don't know what the fuck, So it's fecal matter. Your fecal matter is very potent. There's bad bacteria in your stomach. So the guy goes, oh yeah, she has C. diff. The nurse kind of explains, she has C. diff. And this is what C. diff is. And I'm like, and he asked me a blanket and everything. He was like, oh, are you going to stay the night? I said, no, man, I'm going to head home. I'm grabbing her keys. I'm just gonna crash in her place and I'll be back in the morning around 8 o'clock. Finally, they got her all set up. The nurse was super cool, chatted with me. He's like, okay, so we're going to be probably testing the blood, just in hospital things. So now I know what the fuck she has. I text everybody. I'm like, hey man, this is what she's got. Fucking next day. Well, I ended up going downstairs. I ended up taking a calling for a lift from the front of the hospital, which is kind of weird. So, cause it's weird how I had to mark me. I'm like, hey, and the driver came and got me, and it was like fucking 1:30 in the morning, 1:45 in the morning. So I get home, her roommates are all crashing, and basically the dog, Anakin, her roommate's dog is the only thing that came up to me and wagged his tail. I had to get some dinner because I haven't had anything for the last couple hours. Made a hungry man, went to bed. Next day, get to the hospital, call for a car, thank God. This is not on Lyft, I'm not trying to bug, but what the fuck? Every driver I get sometimes doesn't speak English. Not against it, my fucking father's an immigrant, speaks Pashto, speaks Urdu, speaks Arabic. His second language is English. My mom speaks good English, bad English, some Pashto, and some German. It's really, and I've heard this from a lot of people, and I'm not bashing fucking Lyft, I'm not bashing people trying to make their money, but if you're trying to speak with a client or something like that, you should understand a little bit of the language, because I was trying to explain to her where I needed to go. I said, no, I don't need to go to the ER, and I marked it where I needed to go, and the second day I get dropped off at the ambulance, and the guy, sir, you need to hop back in the vehicle, and you need to go to the ER, yes, sir. So I told her, I said, all right, I need you to go. No English, no English. I'm like, ah, crap. I said, Senora, I need you to go. Need you to go here. You can't go here. My English is not so good. Okay, that's no problem. Like I said, my family. I'm not hitting on anybody. I'm not hating on anybody. My family are fucking immigrants, and it's cool. My dad speaks fluent English, fluent Arabic, fluent everything. You know, he speaks mostly English, and when he's with family, it's mostly Arabic. So gotta think about it. But it doesn't know if your client or your rider or whatever. So just heads up, learn a little bit of English. I need to really download the fucking app so I can type in stuff and like, if I need to go. Boom. Again, I'm not trying to hit anybody's culture or language. I understand you're here to make some money. You're here to support your family. My family owns a corner fucking store, and that money goes back to Afghanistan. So again, not hating. Anyway, she gets me. So she gets me to the ER. I ended up walking because I said just drop me off at the ER, and she just dropped me up there. Okay, Ali, bye. So I ended up tipping her because she was cool. She got me there safely. That was my only major complaint is some drivers don't speak very well English. That's perfectly fine, knowing that English is not the national language of the United States anymore. It's mostly Spanish and English, and I'm Muslim. That's why I love America. It's a melting fucking pot. I love America for that reason. We are a melting pot of every fucking culture. I cannot imagine living anywhere better because it's just so fucking beautiful to experience different cultures. Like, open-minded. I'm fucking very open-minded. My family are immigrants. But, like, that was my only complaint with that ride. But anyway, I got there. I walked to the front of the hospital. Got checked in. Again, security doesn't really go flying fuck what you're doing. Working with the company I work for, you know, my day job, like, you have to go to the metal detector, scan all your shit. Wand you, boom, you're good to go. So finally, I knew where the hell I was going. I kind of followed the path of where I was going. I went up to her room, and, come to find out, like, it's like stop signs. Like, I stop at her door's wide open, the doctor's talking with her, her primary's talking to her from the hospital. It says, stop, you need a robe, you need a gown, you need to put gloves on. I'm like, shit. So you need to put alcohol in your hands. And so I finally come in, I'm fucking robing, putting my gloves, you know, latex gloves on, I'm walking through. And pretty much, why do I get a pee again? This sucks. I sit down, she goes, what's taking you so long? I said, I gotta robe up and gown and stuff like that. I gotta put gloves on, I can't touch you. It says not to touch you, you know. Which sucked because, like, every time I had to go pee, I had to, you know, take off my gloves, wash my hands, do all this stuff, put new gloves on, put new robe on, stuff like that, which was, like, just like a regular disposable apron you had to put on for fecal matter and stuff like that. So C. diff, what I found out was, everyone has C. diff. C. diff is a bad bacteria in your stomach, which helps your body process food. With good bacteria, you have probiotics. So I got put in my place by a, infectious diseases. That's the name of the doctor. That's what they specialize in, infectious diseases. So this girl put me in my place. She's like, you need to stop reading Google. You need to stop Wikipedia and shit. So I let her explain to me what the hell C. diff was, and she was like, this, you all have it. We all have it. So what happens is your body gets antibiotics from your doctor, what have you, and your body's getting antibiotics plus all the shit you have in your system out. It cleans the infection. It cleans it. The reason why they tell people not to go on vacation is because it takes a while for your antibiotics, for your natural immune system to kick back in, turn everything back on, flushes it all back out, all the good and bad bacteria. She was on antibiotics a couple weeks before for, I think she had ingrown hair or some shit like that. They gave her like a natural, they didn't know what the fuck it was. She explained all to us what she kind of got injected with from her doctor. They shot her with something today, you know, this would clear the bacteria or whatever. I'm like, so nobody can just get C. diff? She's like, no, technically, not really. We all have it. It's our bad bacteria. The problem is the bad bacteria took over the good bacteria, and there was nothing left for the body to kind of start reproducing. So the bad bacteria took over the gut, and it's not allowing anything to, it's making you shit. I was like, aha. So I had to kind of text everybody. I'm like, that's what she's got. This is what's going on. It's not contagious. It is contagious for a couple of days if you're, like, pooping and the fecal matter is kind of spreading. She explained it all to me. Like, poor fucking doctors that are specialized in that explained the whole thing to me, how she got it. It could have been, you know, she just could have got it. One of the guys at work that we were with ended up having the same thing, but not as bad as her. Because he was, same thing, he was in bad shape for a couple of days, a couple of weeks. And then it's better. So it's like 10 days, you know, your shit and stuff like that. So I spent like 4 or 5 fucking days at the hospital with her, lifting back and forth, and like I said, all my drivers were good. The last driver I had was super chill, because like, apparently there's a con going on, and he was a huge gamer. He had a Switch inside his car. We were just chatting about EA and video games, stuff like that, and Got admitted on Tuesday night, aka Wednesday, and we didn't release till Saturday, man. The problem I hate with the hospital, man, is nobody communicated on all this new technology and all these new things, and this hospital is still trying to get their shit together. Probably one of the best hospitals you could be in the area, but Celebration, I heard, if you're in the Orlando area, is better than the other one. So, I'm not gonna name. I think I've already named the hospital. You guys already kind of know. But yeah, just bad communication. One thing we left for note, and some of the nurses were beautiful. They were lovely. I spoke with all of them. They all understood me. They all understood me. I was like, yeah, my mom's an RN, retired RN. She used to do all this shit. So none of this shit phased me with all this. Finally, she had to get another IV in her arm, and the nurse fucking hated me. The IV nurse hated me. Who's this fucking? Because I keep telling them, like, they've already tried this arm. They already tried this arm. Now she's got fluid, so it should be a little easier. They brought the fucking machine in, but they had like this process. They were supposed to call the head nurse that was on the ward, and then they would set up a time to get her IV. But the nurse was like, "You want to come back now or later?" Because I gave her like something to calm her nerves down, some morphine to kind of calm her down before this happens. And her nerve, like I said, her nerve pains are so fucking powerful. A prick to you and me feels like nothing. A prick to her feels like somebody is fucking taking a saw and just cutting her arm off because of the nerve damage, neuropathy, and stuff like that. So neuropathy is no fucking joke for some people who have it. For those who have it, you understand. So we kept trying to explain it to the person. She brought the ultrasound machine in, and she's like, with the ultrasound, I gotta kind of go deeper. Kind of felt like the nurse was being a little bitchy because of me, but luckily the two lovely nurses that were there knew what the fuck I was talking about. I was like, yeah, man, the dude, and she's like, I don't know who this guy you speak of is. They're like, the ER nurse put her IV in. He had to put an infant IV in because apparently when they kept injecting the IV is so tiny, it's hard to push. It's all that pressure trying to push all the medication that you needed, burning her into the skin. It's burning underneath your veins, so it burns, I've had that shit. It's like, ooh, it burns. And you tell them, man, the girl does not do well with IVs. I don't even know how a tattoo would even feel on her, because I'm I told her, I said, tattoos feel fucking twice as worse. I said that this one hurt the most. The lower hurt most. But yeah. I gotta go potty again. Okay, I'm gonna pause one more time. Here we go. Okay, I am back. I don't know, this coffee's been going through me all morning. I've had like 2 cups, and I'm just like, bleh. I really haven't had anything to eat yet. Yeah, so, welcome back. Anyway, so like the IV has to go through and all this stuff, so they ended up putting another one in, and then I pissed off a few nurses, but yeah, I don't know. For what the hospital we went to, I really recommend that they either use a whiteboard, they use like an iPad to kind of explain to each nurse, because each nurse kind of goes in and goes, okay, well, I'm here to do this. It's like, no, you had the wrong medication, because they really messed up her medication and a couple of other things. It was a fucking shit show over there. And I know a lot of health insurances now around this company, or around this fucking country, are just, they're stacking up patients. It's been really rough for a lot of doctors and seeing a lot of patients. I'm pulling on my nose because I'm gonna itch. It's just like, man, jeez, like, get your shit together. But shout out to all the nurses that were fucking amazing. You guys were fucking on point. You knew your jobs. Alex was one of them. There was another one that was fucking beautiful. They all were, it's like 3 or 4 of them that I loved. I talked to them. They understood everything, man. These nurses they've been there, they've done that, and they're like, honey, you don't seem phased. I was like, my mom's a nurse. I've seen it all. She's seen it all. My mom's OR triage, all that shit. Did home health care, all that shit. So, yeah. So, listing back and forth, like I said, my last driver was fucking amazing. Saturday morning, I just couldn't wait just to fucking stop re-gowning, re-gloving, re-washing my hands. My girl was like, you're doing the procedure wrong. None of you guys give a shit. And apparently I was like, you're not as potent anymore. You're now pooping normally. Should have put a poop chart. Like, you're not crapping normally, which is great. You're eating finally good. So yeah, it was a good, a good thing. It's fucking done. So finally we got out of the hospital. I got there around like what time did I do drop me off? We took our time because we were talking about video games, man. We were talking about EA and BioWare and Anthem and all these fucking games and indie development and all just really cool shit. And we spoke about loot boxing. And this guy was chill. He was super chill. Loved him. I was all chatting with him. He was super sweet to me and amazing. I had to tip him and everything. Great dude. Great sweetheart. He was a great guy. I'm hoping he's going to be doing his gaming. He wants to do his own game studio, so we were talking about that. Yeah, we didn't, I got there around, like, I want to say like 1. We didn't leave freaking the hospital until 4, guys. Because she was told, oh, I need to see the infectious doctor. People really started giving a shit. It was like the ward on Saturday morning sucked. Like it took fucking forever to get out of there. But, got out, so. Don't know who that is. It even popped up on my computer. I'm getting a lot of spam. So, hopefully they'll leave me a message. I've been getting a lot of creditor calls, so. Anyway, yeah, we got out of the hospital, got her home, the driver picked us up, took care of us, and, got her medicine, stuff like that. Man, I don't want to be in a fucking hospital for like, ever again. It was just a fucking rough one, and just a long week, and wanting a podcast and just talk about that, and, but please, if you're feeling like shit, guys, please go see a fucking doctor, go see your primary, and go get yourself taken care of, because it was a mess, yeah. But other than that, that was my week of just work back, forth. So, for everybody wondering, she's doing okay. She got checked out, and, yeah, so far so good, we're hoping. But watch your antibiotics, one thing, and watch your belly. Watch your good bacteria, bad bacteria. So apparently make sure you're taking a probiotic, make sure you're taking care of your gut, because, yeah, something I didn't know, Anyway. That is the end of my week. On to a little bit more news. Got a hold of Longer 3D because they hit me up during the week, so I wasn't able to chat with them at all. So finally, they now have my number, so we can now chat through WhatsApp and stuff like that. Hopefully, the resin printer thing happens, but we'll see what happens. I'm still up in the air. I don't know if they're going to help out or anything like that, but yeah, I'm really intrigued about the resin printing. Need to get my stuff back together and stuff like that. And we'll see what happens with that. I'm very super excited to be talking with them. I even thank the guy again, told him my ideas with the printer, and I know they're trying to get a lot of units out there. A lot of units have sold. They only have like 2 units left on Amazon US. So he said 10 days. Sorry, I got a nose here in my nose for those watching the podcast. He said they only have 2 units left, and it's going to 10 days to get more units into the US. So they're not really sure what's going to happen. So. They're based in China, Shenzhen, which Reality 3D and a lot of these companies are based out of, but could this be the new printer? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be great. I knew the Elegoo from Mars is fucking outstanding from Uncle Jesse. If you follow him on Twitch, Twitter, all that good stuff, he's really cool. I chatted with him directly, and he was really cool. I have no idea what that buzzing was. I heard that. But yeah. That was the end of my week, guys, and I'm hoping this podcast wasn't too boring for you. We're now on some other pod platforms. Still waiting to see if we can get on Pandora. I'm going to call it here. And thank you guys as always for listening. And if you have any topics for the podcast, let me know. I will be happy to answer. If you want to be on the podcast, hit us up on the openmindindustry.com. All links are down below in the description. If I should start doing some R&D stuff and putting it on the site, would you guys be interested? If I launch a Patreon, would you be interested for some help? If I put a donation button, would you be interested? Do you want me to talk more about my stuff? I don't know. I need to know. I do have a couple podcasts set up in the near future. My buddy Ernesto is going to be on. Super excited to have him on sooner or later. Probably not till like the late August. The girls' podcast is coming up soon. I gotta get all the ladies to sit down. Just a lot. Need to get set up. And I'm gonna have a friend on who wants to start his own podcast, and probably about sports, so we don't really know. He stopped me the other day. He goes, "Don't you podcast this?" Yeah. He goes, "How the hell do I do it?" So, probably gonna be helping him out. I'm probably gonna be on a podcast, and I'm probably gonna have somebody else on the podcast. So hopefully we'll have some fun stuff to talk about, and, whatever. But this is a place to let me vent my mind about 3D printing, technology, all that good stuff. And for those who have seen Picard, holy shit, I do want to talk about that with Pernesco. So hopefully I'll have him on later this weekend, and then we can talk about Picard. Yeah. But thanks guys for tuning in. Thanks for listening to my rambling ass, and highly appreciate you. And as always, keep an open mind. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. See ya.